see the reflection. Alright, so, man, why do I do that? I haven't done this whole, like, video thing in a while. I'm in my car, as usual. Not all of them will be me in my car recording like this, but I know it's like front face camera on my phone. It's all probably turned the wrong way. Whatever. I can't turn it the other way. Otherwise, well, I probably could. Maybe I could finagle it somehow. But for now, this is what it's going to be. Anyways, today's October 5th, 2019. I am officially 3 weeks and 3 days post-top surgery. And for a while, I started saying I wanted to start making videos really like documenting this, because I became more public in a sense about me being trans and everything like that. I don't want to say I kept it a secret, but I didn't like go wearing it as a badge on me. Not that that's a bad thing, it just that was my personal choice. Now it's getting warm because I turned the air off in the car. But anyways, I wanted to just start talking about my transition and sharing my story and my experiences and everything. So I'm gonna try to make them pretty short. I'm not very good at like video editing or anything like that. I don't have the patience to, but I'm gonna try. I keep saying that's terrible. So like I said, 3 weeks and 3 days post-op top surgery. I had my surgery September 11th in San Rafael with Dr. Bellick and Kaiser. And so first I want to go briefly over, for those of you who don't know what top surgery is. It's pretty much, it's a double mastectomy. I got free nipple grafts. So what they did was they cut me open, took parts of my skin out to make it flat, took my fat out, and redid my nipples, and tightened me up so I have a flat chest, so no boobs, pretty much. And it's so weird to say that, but and so that's pretty much what it is. Some people call, there's different types of procedures. The procedure that I had is called double incision, and with free nipple grafts. So like I said earlier, pretty much what happens is they cut you, and for mine, they took off about this much of my skin. The incisions go from here to here. Took off the excess fat and stuff that makes you have boobs, and tightened everything up so that way I have a more masculine appearing chest. I know that there are people out there who thought that I had already done this surgery, but I have not actually. I was fortunate enough to understand how to cover it up really well in a very comfortable way for me. Sorry, I was eating popcorn and there's a kernel stuck in my lip cavities. I didn't, and I just had it, and I have been, if you're new here and you haven't seen any of my other videos, I have been transitioning and on hormones since September 12th of 2013, I think it's the 13. I lost track. So I'm a lot later than most trans individuals I know who get this surgery. I know a lot of people who have gotten it like shortly after they started hormones. I didn't think about it as seriously. I knew I wanted it, but it wasn't my main focus for the longest time. It was always in the back of my mind. It just wasn't my main focus. Now, why was this surgery so important to me? and a lot of other people who get this surgery, is because it makes me feel more comfortable when I look in the mirror. It makes me feel more masculine. I don't have to hide certain things. I won't. Already, I just was able to take off this binder restraint that we have to wear. I had to wear 24/7 for the last 3 weeks. Um, and for me, it was a lot, because I hadn't had to bind like that in years, because like I said, I found other ways. I'll make a separate video about binding so you have a better understanding. It's gonna be right after this one, but I'm just gonna make them separate because this is gonna be mainly about the top surgery. But it's important because for someone like me who's trans, who's female to male, and there are individuals who have it worse off, like they have bigger chests to deal with, to hide, so they can feel and appear more masculine and just feel real comfortable. I'm fortunate that I wasn't very large to begin with. I never really was. And the reality is that I could have put in a lot of time and effort into exercising and being okay without not getting the surgery had I exercised as well. There are trans fitness models who have never had top surgery and they look great, but for me, my thing was I didn't like how it looked, and I didn't like my nipples, I didn't like my areolas, I didn't like the way where they were. I thought they were ginormous, even though they probably really were like naturally like normal, but in my mind they were abnormally large. In my mind I had like half-dollar fucking areolas. I know that's not true, but in my mind that's what I saw. That's what I hated the most, about everything. Like if there was any indication that my nipple was right here versus here, like it freaked me out. And I would never be able to, if I didn't get this surgery, feel comfortable in my body and walk around with a shirt off without people thinking like, wait, what's going on? There are a lot of people who are really comfortable. They're very comfortable with their body. They don't, they don't care. But I and a lot of other people like me, we don't have that confidence. And I've just recently started to realize is that now that I'm feeling really great that I had this surgery, I'm still feeling really scared and feeling like I'm gonna make people uncomfortable if I still walk around with my shirt off, because the people who know me and know me before, or or anything like that, it's a process and it's a mental block for me that I'm just like still feeling self-conscious about it, and I'm worried about how everybody else is gonna feel uncomfortable, when in reality I shouldn't give a shit. Excuse me. um, all I should really care about is me and my comfort level. um, and that's hard. It's easier said than done, and it's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard realization, and it's part of my journey. It's part of the obstacles I've gone through. So that's essentially what it is, and why top surgery was important to me. It took a process to get to this point, and everybody's process is different. And by process I mean in the backgrounds, like it's not just like I can go in and say, hey, I want this surgery, and they're like, okay, let's go through these steps, where other people are like, no, I medically need the surgery. No, there's a lot of hoops that we have to jump through to get to this surgery, and some far worse than others. I had it pretty smooth. It was very straightforward. I was very fortunate that the team of people that I've worked with, and the my insurance and everything like that, it's great. I'm not saying it was free, but what I have, my share of cost is a quarter of what I've seen other people's share of costs. Um, so I'm fortunate in that aspect. I can, if you have questions about that process in more detail, I can share that with you separately or individually if you want to hit me up or something like that. But I do share my process in a group that I am in on Facebook. It's a top surgery group. You do have to be approved to be involved in a group, but it is a public group from people all over the world. And it's used as a platform for us to share our experiences with different surgeons, to give light to people who are in the process of getting it. Actually, the Kaiser Center recommended that I look into this group to get information and try to find real life people's experiences with surgeons, because that was a big deal. Random fact, I picked my surgeon based on a mere dream that I had, and it worked out for me. I don't recommend it. I didn't do research like you should and go through and talk to different surgeons and find out. I literally had a dream. His name was in my dream. I was with an individual who had just had top surgery with him. Never met this person who I was in my dream. And I was there with them at their post appointment, and I said, "Who was your doctor?" And that was the doctor's name that came up. So that's who I went with. But anyways, that's that about top surgery. I'm gonna cut this video because I'm getting really, really hot now that I turned the air off in my car. And then I'll make another video about binding. Thanks for stopping by.